yesterday, Reuters reported that Facebook and Instagram, which are both owned by Mark Zuckerberg's company called Meta, Facebook and Instagram made a change to their policy. You can now absolutely call for violence against someone as long as that someone is Russian. I'm not kidding. Let me read to you from the story. Reuters had the scoop. They said Facebook allows war posts urging violence against Russian invaders. Meta platforms will allow Facebook and Instagram users in some countries to call for violence against Russians and Russian soldiers in the context of the Ukraine invasion, according to internal emails seen by Reuters on Thursday in a temporary change of its hate speech policy. The social media company is also temporarily allowing some posts that call for death to Russian President Vladimir Putin or Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko, according to internal emails to its content moderators. As a result of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, we have temporarily made allowances for forms of political expression that would normally violate our rules, like violent speech such as death to the Russian invaders. We still won't allow credible calls for violence against Russian civilians, a Meta spokesperson said in a statement. Okay, well, that's a relief. You can't just randomly call for some mom pushing a baby in a stroller to be slashed with a knife. Okay, thanks, Facebook. You're really looking out for humanity. But you can do so towards political leaders. You can call for assassinations now, apparently. So remember to wear your pink shirt on Anti-Bullying Day. Hey, Facebook staff, remember, don't be mean. Use your proper pronouns, je and je. Be sure you're really, really nice. Give a shout out to whatever Indigenous people used to live where you live. Be super exquisitely nice like that. But then feel free to call for violence against the bad people. I mean, it's okay by Mark Zuckerberg. Russia responded by naming Facebook and Instagram, their parent company Meta, extremist organizations. Russia opens criminal investigation of Meta over death calls on Facebook. Russia opened a criminal case against Facebook's parent, Meta Platforms, on Friday after the social network changed its hate speech rules to allow users to call for death to the Russian invaders in the context of the war with Ukraine. Russian prosecutors asked a court to designate the U.S. tech giant as an extremist organization, and the communications regulator said it was restricting access to Meta's Instagram. A criminal case has been initiated in connection with illegal calls for murder and violence against citizens of the Russian Federation by employees of the American company Meta, which owns the social networks Facebook and Instagram, Russia's investigative committee said. I think that might be fair. I mean, I don't like censorship. Putin's restrictions on Facebook remind me of Trudeau's restrictions on Russia Today and his attempts to squash us here at Rebel News. Putin and Trudeau are similar that way, aren't they? But there is something to it. If one of the largest companies in the world with 2 billion users now okays calls for violence, I mean, if you have 2 billion users and only 1 in a million people takes your call to violence seriously, well, and if only 1 in 100 of those, so 1 in a million and then 1 in 100 of those are in a position to actually act on it, that's still 20 murders. And who could deny that Facebook specifically, thoughtfully, carefully decided, yeah, that's fine by them? That's an excerpt from my daily show, The Ezra Levant Show. Every day I do a monologue on the news of the day, then I interview an interesting guest, and then I read my hate mail. You gotta subscribe. Go to rebelnews.com.